And we are live here in the CnCNet RA2 World Championships once again. And this time in the quarterfinals. It's Kwos against Kwos. So Kwos is going to be the Chinese player here, starting on the top right side of Montana DMZ. Kwos, our beloved Kwos, is going to start on bottom left. Obviously pre-capped for Montana. And just a little bit of an intro for both players. I'm sure everyone knows Kwos, right? Everyone knows who Kwos is. He's sort of like the underling to Legend. Also from Jordan, just like Legend. But he's mostly regarded as the number 3 sort of player, right? In terms of RA2, there's about RA2 in the Western scene, not including Woody. There's Marco, first spot obviously, and then there's I think Legend / Tim in the second spot, and then Kwos is a very, very close third. And in terms of the Chinese scene, obviously number 1 is Woody. Number 2, I've heard people say it's Malong, 85, Walk Dead. And number 3 is Kwos. I think Kwos can definitely give Bobo a run for his money. But we do have sort of the third place or third ranked player here facing each other in the semi-finals again. So here he goes. Drone coming in here for Kwos. And it does go down to that drone in the miner. Kwos on the other hand setting his power drop in as well. Oh, he did get a miner drone there. Is he gonna make it? Oh boy! Kwos losing out a miner to that double drone from Kwos. Devastating there. Kwos definitely had a really good chance there, a really good opportunity to push everything in. And where did that second drone go? Yeah, the second drone went into there. Predictions are open, boys, so if you want to predict, come ahead. So Kwos have a third drone now. So what happened there early on was that Kwos dropped this power drop and one drone by the gems here, and then sent the second drone into the miner down to his bottom mid. So Kwos was distracted there, couldn't really micro both at the same time. And he lost one miner because that service depot was way, way late. But on the back of that, Kwos does have 4 miners in the field. Kwos has 3. Did he lose that one miner to... I believe he did lose that one miner to the drone there. I don't see a damaged miner anyway, so both players losing 1 miner each. And Kwos opts for a third drone. And it does go into that miner, and he follows up with a couple of rhinos there. Kwos, what does he have to reply here? That miner is in trouble. Is he gonna pull it all the way back? Kwos gonna snap another miner in the meantime. What, that miner is still being damaged. Out comes the service depot, a second one. But Kwos manages to snipe yet another miner here. So that's 2 miners down for Kwos. And just the one for Kwos, and Kwos they get another one drawn in as well. But Kwos is really quick to reply to that at the same time. Pedro coming in down bottom right. 2 walls for Kwos. Kwos still on that one wall. But we got double paras coming from both players. Rhino numbers are pretty even, but Kwos' eco is not looking too good. Constantly hitting 0 means that the production will be slowed down. Look at that dogfighter coming in for Kwos. Connies are attacking it. And it looks like the Connie War. Yeah, Connie War. That's going the way of Kwos. Kwos still backing off here. He's not engaging just yet. So Kwos is spamming out a couple of refineries here just to regain that eco. Both players have extinguished their jam patches. And both of them are on double war now and spreading to the respective gold patches everywhere. Kwos is going to take a step back there. And Kwos finally moving down to that third gold patch. Didn't really expand down to his bottom. That's because he's going to move his MCV. Has to be aware though. He can't really leave that on all the way. Looks like Kwos is going to move his MCV as well. Down on that third war. He's on 5 miners now. Kwos 3, 4, 5 as well. He's losing another miner. He did go 1 miner less and then lost 1. Comes that power drop top right. Doesn't see it. You can snipe that war factory in that power. Yeah, Kwos is definitely distracted. That power is definitely going to go down. He does see it and does start to repair it. Is he going to send a miner to help with that? It is not. He pops up a sentry gun, but there just one singular rhino to squash it down. Is it on low power? I don't know. I don't think so. But random numbers are looking really good for Kwos. Avira is saying this is Kyo's favorite map. Interesting. Interesting. Which is, you can definitely see it's his favorite map, right? You saw that paradrop and that double drone shenanigans right at the start there. Really good micro there. Like combining like not just a one-dimensional attack or even a two-dimensional attack. It's kind of like a four-dimensional attack there. Sending a drone down bottom, drone along the top with the paradrop. So it's really high level stuff here. So Kyo now is spreading all the way towards bottom right, Kwos all the way towards top left. Does have a miner on that third gold patch before moving to the gems. Kyo has another war factory down there too. So we're there on 3 miners each. I'm not sure whether the Chinese players do know about the LE versions of the maps that we play. For example, this specific version. They obviously they have been playing QM, so they should know the maps, but I don't think they have LE maps in Rambo play. Ooh, Kyo going for another drone down to the top left. I don't think they do have our LE maps there, so that's another something else that they might not be used to. Looks like Kyo's gonna look to move along the top here. Kwos is gonna split down bottom. Kyo replies respectively. And there's 4 walls now for Kyo. Kwos is on 3. And they're just balling up the paradrops together, waiting for something to happen. A paradrop from Kwos now. I was gonna go along the top there, trying to take that war factory. Rhino's gonna squish it pretty easily. But players are just a little bit passive at the moment. Out comes the 4th wall from Kwos. It doesn't help that both of their names sound really familiar, similar. Kyo, Kwos, K. But ooh, okay. Kyo's trying to split along the top here, forming a small army, not really splitting up his rhinos in his main base. Kwos opts for a radar. Looks like he does spot the split. Let's see that pretty easily. That's gonna be dealt with pretty well here. He is out tanking. Kwos is out tanking Kyo up there, but tanker is a little bit lacking. That's a good move there to get rid of a lot of the fodder. That's gonna push Kyo back slightly. It's gonna opt for a drone. Looks like the top split does go down instead. 5th wall factory out for Kwos. It's so far it's been quite a tense game actually. Both players not really looking to push forward. Slightly hesitant, waiting to make the counterplay. Kyo trimming his POV. Alright, I see. You better have my Twitch link in there. So yeah, when you have a big group of rhinos here, you generally don't wanna bottleneck your way through the bridge. So going down is the option here for Kyo. And the war factories for both players are currently being primed along the top. Kyo has significantly less than number of rhinos along the top. Kwos, however, is he producing anything? He's still producing. Okay, Kyo comes along the top here with splits. Kwos very late to realize that might be a minor snipe here. Let's see how that tank control holds up. Now the rhino numbers are pretty even along the top. Bottom split is still holding well. Fodder coming out for Kwos as well. Kwos does have the defender's advantage. But that Connie war there is pretty hard. There are some Desos ready, so he doesn't need to deploy them necessarily. They do one-shot the conscripts. Kwos. Playing OP allies. Yeah, who the fuck plays allies? Alright, in comes Kyo along the top once again. Kyo, does his tank control hold up here? He is out-tanking Kwos, so tank control might not be an issue. But he still has to be really careful that he doesn't out-tank by that much. Kwos is gonna push forward bit by bit here with those Desos, slowly taking out the fodder, and he's holding up pretty well here along the top against Kyo, who's going time and time again here, beating down Kwos bit by bit, but Kwos standing firm and strong. Eco is starting to be a little bit of an issue here for both players. They only have 1 gold patch remaining. Kwos does have more or remaining. Goddamn. Campy game ever. As if allied games aren't campy. Alright, and it comes again. Kwos has just been really late to reply to the splits here. Kyo snipes one miner while he goes in all in along the top here. Kwos doesn't have defender's advantage with the sentry gun still, but it seems like Kyo's gonna win that fight. But Kyo has been backing off as well. Rhinos are coming in. Now he sends the cornies. So there's a couple rhinos left there for Kwos. Kyo is gonna back out here. He should be regrouping and pushing all the way back in once again, but he's broke at the moment. So no production for him along that top war factory. And that split is gonna be taken out pretty easily there by Kyo. Kwos has to do something along the bottom here. What is he gonna do? If he commits rhinos along the top here, he does have free reign. He opts for drones along the bottom and he does split. His main force of rhinos here. He opts for that base trade. And Kwos calls GG anyway. Yikes. That was a good attack there. I think it just came down to that micro from Kwos with his eco. Kyo had his eco a lot better right at the end there. Okay, Golden State Valley. Let's see here, Legends, one of Legends' favorite maps again. And seeing how Kyo actually played earlier on, his playstyle could actually be really good here with the double drones and everything. I think specifically double drones here are a really good idea to go for. Mainly because if you can get your drones in both at the same time, and if the your opponent decides to have miners on their main base and by their expansion, that could definitely cost a miner down for your opponent, because they're either gonna have to build 2 7C probes, which is gonna be pretty hefty. That's gonna slow down their production, or they're gonna lose one miner by bringing one all the way over. And when that miner is in transit to that 7C probe, wherever it is, there is a big opportunity for a miner snipe with a rhino. So I do hope Kyo fulfills my wishes here. See what he does. That war factory is about 2 seconds late for Kyo. But Kwos seems to be in really good form here. Isn't really being the aggressive Kwos that we know him to be. Kyo is actually being the aggressive one based on that first Montana map. But it's not over yet. Fucking path. So Kwos immediately sets up with that sentry gun by the main base. And Kyo does the same thing as well. So double, Kwos goes for one rhino. So one miner out the war. Sentry gun takes care of that one drone. Second drone. Ooh, good snipe there with that sentry gun. So double drone down for Kwos. Kyo's double drone is having a tea party up here, waiting to push forward. Third drone opting now for Kwos. Please win, Kwos. Yeah, I feel like this is a lot more even than we have seen so far with the other matches. So another drone here. Kyo did sell that sentry gun. So miner goes in for drone goes in for Kyo, sorry. For Kwos into Kyo, god damn it. Around 4 miners for Kwos. Kyo does get a 7Z for 4 miners out as well. Concentrate. Pot friend concentrates. This will be a perfect opportunity to follow up with a rhino. Oh! Speaking of, it's as if I am a master at this game. Kwos is gonna send one rhino up along the top here to snipe that miner, and Kyo is oblivious to it. He, however, is trying to push along the top. Looks like he will be able to snipe that one miner here, Kwos. Very nicely done. On the other hand, Kyo does the same thing as well. Drone goes in, and Kwos is so late to reply here. Kyo snipes another miner from Kwos, so it's an even trade in miners here. However, Kyo will be losing that tank fight, and if Kwos follows up with this all the way through, Kyo is in big trouble. He does not have the rhino numbers, and if Kwos can keep up with that production, have a split along the bottom, that'll be huge for him. But Kwos chooses not to overcommit. He instead is gonna send two. Oh, selling the MCV there. Both players. And they're gonna commit to this all-out war here down in the middle. So actually both players doing the exact same thing. Drone and drone and Rhino both. I think Kwos' reaction there along the top could be a lot quicker. I mean, the drone already, the Rhino, sorry, already killed that miner. So he could have seen that spill earlier, but maybe he didn't have it scouted. Another drone in for Kwos. I think drones at this stage of the game is super deadly because seeing that Kyo does not have a service depot, there is absolutely no way they can save this miner. Unless he kills the drone using that miner, but Kwos is gonna wait for it to dump before sending that drone in. Look at this plate here. I think he is he looking for drones? I think he might be. And look at that drone did go in, so that's a miner lost for Kyo. He's left on 3 miners now. So that was a big mistake there for Kyo, and a huge out for Kwos there. Connie's now being spammed out, but I think Kwos, if he can time this right, he can constantly go for these drones here along the back. There are no sentry guns from Kyo down here. There's only that one by that one wall factory. Meanwhile, Kwos' miners are a little bit more protected except for this one along the top. But in Kyo comes here. Eco not looking good for Kwos. He's going broke. Rhino numbers are pretty even. In comes the Connies now. They're gonna go attacking that miner. Does snipe it with the Rhinos, but Kwos is cutting off the retreat from Kyo. And in it goes there. Masterful tank control from both of them. Maximum engagement from everyone. And the fodder is out of position too. But coming closer towards Kyo's base, Kwos isn't looking good there with the defender's advantage. Miner goes in. Sorry, drone goes into the miner, but because Kwos is so broke, he does not win that tank fight. Production is low for him. Although Kyo's tanks are kinda damaged, he can still make a difference here. He's gonna go for this miner surely. He knows that Kwos is broke. And after a huge effort from Kwos, it looks like he's gonna call GG. Oh boy, 2-0 to Kyo. What a game, what a game. I tell you what though, the scoreline is currently dominant by Kyo. I mean, it's just 2-0 up, but the games have not been a reflection of the scoreline. Or the scoreline doesn't reflect the game, that's what I'm trying to say. The games have been top class so far. Kwos is gonna steamroll Kyo. I like the confidence. Historian X? Where the fuck did you come from? I haven't seen that name in ages, bro. How are you? Refund my points. Yeah, I tell you what, you lot are not giving Kwos enough energy here. Kwos needs a lot more energy. He's not getting it right now. Speaking of, actually, I've been. Oh, you literally moved to Iraq. Been off for a while. I see. Yeah, City of the Siege calls for flak drones. What Kwos is gonna go for? But there's a drone from Kyo. Can he deploy in time? No, he cannot. So double drone from Kyo, one to defend and one for the offensive. Oh, Kwos pulling away his miners. Oh, and he does get droned. Oh dear. That was good defending from Kyo actually. Very good defending. He goes for a radar first. Interesting. Obviously, Kwos has to go for that service depot. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Avira's my insider info. I've been asking him tons of questions about like who can give Woody a good shot and everything. Stuff like. I know, right? Yeah, looks like Kyo's gonna make a slight opening here. This is something we don't see players do often actually. They often just wait for the bunkers using the Kirov to get rid of them. But Kyo's gonna take the initiative and destroy the Berlin Wall. Just made some openings. He is stacked up fully. Looks like Kwos is stacked up too, but no power. He's a bit late. And the IT is gonna go for Kyo first. So 3 minus for 4 minus for Kwos. Kyo's on 4 as well. And walling in that IC. Always good to see. But look at Kyo here. He's making space for a battlefield. Killing the 3 buildings. He wants maximum space for tank control. And he just wants this smoke, bro. But look at the rhino numbers at the... Okay, never mind. I thought Kyo had way more rhinos, but turns out not. Kwos was just still holding off. So I'm waiting to see who will make the Kirov first. But I don't think they'll need the Kirov in this case. Oh, unlucky. That's what goes down to that drone either way. So Kyo's gonna move his MCV down towards the bottom right. IC is gonna be ready for Kyo pretty soon. Kwos doesn't want that IC to pop off near his base, so he's gonna take this engagement. That's a good engagement, but unfortunately the IC does get popped off either way. Can Kwos split up his army here to avoid that IC? Kyo's still gonna go for the rhinos there. But that was kind of a wasteful IC, that not that much damage done from Kyo. Now Kwos incoming with his IC. And this will be detrimental to say the least. Still waiting for the IC. Kwos is waiting for the right time for it. He's gonna run all the way through and now he pops it. What damage can he do here? He's gonna go for the rhinos again. No, he's not. He's gonna go for the power. That's gonna slow Kyo's ICs down. And the lab as well. That's gonna slow him down a fuck ton. But can he escape with his rhinos here back in his main base? He does not have that many rhinos remaining. He does have a deso. Ford Rats comes, so he's gonna deploy that deso. Fortunately, does not get there in time. Kyo's gonna keep pushing all the way through. It looks like an overcommitment here from Kwos for that IC, taking out the power and the lab at the same time. He does have eco, Kwos. But Kyo has rhinos in his base, ready to go. He's gonna go for that power as well. Source the sound, the lab, and the power goes down. That takes out quite a bit of Kyo's. Actually, all of Kyo's rhinos, actually. So both players using their lab and their power, but Kyo selling his MCV, which means that he does not get the opportunity. Oh, no. I'm dumb. Oh, Kwos has a backup. Oh, he does have a backup. And I mean, I'm dumb. Ignore. Kwos has a backup, and Kyo didn't sell his MCV. I saw Colin said, I thought he sold it. I was like, whoa. But then, I thought he sold his MCV with low power. I'm like, what? No. But it looks like Kyo's opting for the no lab build this time. But Eco is looking good for both of them. Kwos has an IC ready. He's gonna pop it. Kyo does not have the rhino numbers for this. What is Kwos' target here? He's gonna split up and go for the miners here. He's gonna take out that MCV Knights. I think all the miners. He's gonna aim for the miners. Huge push here from Kwos. Kyo now has an IC ready. He's gonna try and pull the rhinos away from his main base while he rebuilds back in his own. Huge push there from Kwos. But I think Kyo will be able to rebuild that pretty soon. It's a game of cat and mouse here with IC rhinos all the way through and through. Doof will be doing Marco of this legend. Then I'll probably get Matt to do the semifinals. So IC ready for Kyo. Kwos trying to push Kyo away from his main base so he doesn't get that much damage onto the rhinos. Kyo's definitely waiting for it. It is an amazing game we're seeing out of both players. The miners are the next target. Kwos is gonna let it go and he's gonna opt for that base trade. Can he get that IC down before Kyo pops it? And Kyo pops that IC on that one singular rhino, forces the sell. And now Kwos has an IC ready, but he lost 4 miners in the making there. Forces the sell on the MCV, and Kwos can wipe out here. the rest of Kyo's rhinos before and without using that IC. Actually, that's pretty huge. So now Kyo without an IC, he will have to rebuild his lab, which he did not go for a lab to get that nuclear power plant. He opted for power plants or Tesla reactors instead. So Kwos with a huge advantage with the IC ready to go. I'm guessing that target will be these rhinos here. It's gonna wait for it. Out the IC pops and the rhinos are gonna be the main target here. I think the MTV should be the target as well. Kwos should be splitting off, trying to get that MTV out of the way, because that's gonna stop the IC from popping off again, unless he can take out a lot of these rhinos with that IC and then go for the MCV. Unfortunately not. Kyo did a good job there in holding Kwos back. So not the best engagement there for Kwos, but a lot of rhinos does go down. And Kyo's eco, I see both of their ecos are not the greatest. It looks like I'm missing a Kwos MCV there. He did force that cell, but I think Kwos will be holding off for that IC once again. But Kyo does have the lab out again, so he will be rebuilding that IC. I think he does need a nuclear power plant now with that lab. Can't keep going with Tesla reactors. But the advantage is definitely towards Kwos with that IC. And now that's 5 in-game minutes to Kyo's IC as well. Let's see what Kwos does here. I think the IC pop will be the move here. Get rid of the rhinos and then the MCV. And Kyo is gonna look to run away and sort of drag out that IC timer. Kwos goes in again, another IC gets popped. It's a little bit hard to microwave when you're chasing here. And Kyo is doing a great job at running away, but Kwos is gonna opt for those miners. He tried to go for that IC. But Kyo's right there. Amazing tank control there from Kwos. Unfortunately, he keeps running into buildings, so the micro and the fodder, or the fire, sorry, the fire is the right word, is being taken away here. Taken away from the rhino, so he constantly has some micro, which is not a good thing to do. But the good thing here is that a lot of the engagement so far has been putting Kyo's tanks on low health. Because those assholes will be super effective if they don't die to that drone. So now Kyo's IC is ready. It's been a game of IC rhinos over and over and over here. It's just a matter of who will run out of steam first. It's like Kwos is constantly running away. Kwos' IC is ready too. Who's gonna pop that IC first? Kyo has 9, Kwos has 8. Kyo is gonna go for that IC. He's gonna try to take that IC out. Kwos pops his, Kyo pops his. Or actually the other way around. And the IC does force a cell. Now Kyo sells his MCV too. Kyo's gonna run away there after forcing that cell on that IC. It's been an entertaining game so far, back and forth. It's not over just yet. Both players did have to sell that MCV. And Kwos still has rhinos on the field here. And more coming in as well. Does he have the micro for it? It's even. 4-4, 3-3. Oh, it's 3-2. That minor fodder is there. Reinforcements coming in for Kwos, but he keeps running through these bunkers. And that does a lot of chip damage. A lot of chip damage to the rhinos. And you don't even realize it. And the Desos as well. It's been a great game so far. I think to say that Kyo is in the lead is not the wrong thing to say, but he's not ahead by that much. He's not ahead by that much. It's pretty even, but Kyo is definitely ahead here. Also, decision making has been good and bad at times, but Kyo's hold there, so good. Kyo is so good at the hold, and it's gonna be 3-0 for him. And on to that 4th game. We're an hour in here, and we're only up until a 4th game. That just shows how much these players are putting up a fight, and how much Kwos, who is actually on the losing end here, is putting up a fight against Kyo. Kyo has been winning. Kyo has been winning the games, but he has not been winning them easily. It's a huge fight that Kwos have been putting up here. Fair plays and fair dues to both of them. Kwos offensive. Oh dear. But we're on to country swing. I personally don't like country swing that much, because I think it's rather campy. And there's no gems and everything, so the game is generally really slow. Doesn't really move that quickly as I prefer it to. So I put on my socks because it's getting cold in my room. Socks. I'm putting a sock. Putting a sock. Tuck in, the other one in. Now my feet are warm. Ta-da! I think this map is probably one. I think the title of this map is minor fodder. Not minor fodder, sorry, minor micro. Oh, it's starting to lag. Oh no, it's starting to lag. This is a very early move from Kyo, and an interesting one. Hold on, I'm mounted. All right. So 8 miners out now for Kyo. Kwos is on 7. 6, 7, there you go, that's 7. But he's on double war. P-Money, I don't think there are any more games today. Unless someone wants to run a game. No. Yeah, exactly. Marco, some fighting was I think he doesn't want to play in lag, means he's assuming that he's going to win against Legend. Marco and Legend did play yesterday, but that was on Yuri. So fighting words from Marco. Fighting words. There has been some discussion on whether 1 miner or 2 miners are on one patch here is viable, or which is the most viable. And so, in my opinion is, if you can micro them well, then one refinery is enough. But if you can't micro well, I think 2 would be the safer option. Yeah, but I think Kwos is behind here. On 4 walls, 4 walls. Okay, he does have the 4. But in terms of Rhino numbers, he is lacking behind. And look at this stretch from Kyo too. So he moved his MCB down towards the bottom patch and then stretches along the top here to get to that 3rd patch. Kwos still stretching all the way down to this bottom patch here. Which I still think this patch should be on the other side of the road. It's way too far. I mean, look at how close this patch is for the bottom right player. Woody Bobo ended 7-3? So Woody lost 3 games. I think other players will probably agree with me that this patch needs to be a lot closer. FIFA only? Sucks that FIFA doesn't have crossplay yet. One, two, three, four, five, 6 was for Kyo. Kwos is on 6 as well. Oh, excuse me. It's like Kwos has moved his MCV, so this Kyo. But this is the name of the game here in Country Swing. Lots of campy movements here, but where is Kwos going with this? Interesting. Is he gonna plop a forward war and racks down and then move here? This is interesting. Goes for forward racks. And then sells his MCV. Is he that far behind that he needs to sell his MCV here? Let's see. Fodder is gonna come up a lot quicker for him. Kwos definitely on the aggressive here. Fodder coming in. Can he micro away here? Keo moving back and forth. Kwos putting most of his tanks in the fight, but he needs to micro those rhinos against those fodder. But Keo's fodder goes down. More coming up from the barracks, but it is waypointed. Kwos doing good. He's out tanking Keo at the moment. Can he? He's gonna burst all the way through here, Kwos. Amazing from Kwos, pushing all the way through. Even more rhinos coming in here. That MCV Eco Booster is doing good for him, and Kwos taking out Keo slowly bit by bit, and Keo goes down. And in one clean movement there, with a good fodder placement along the top here, Kwos gains back 1 point. And score is only 3-1. Call it bias casting, but it's because Kwos is 3-1 down. Good job, Kwos. GG. Divide and conquer is next. GG. Croissant. 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 Thank you to people and say GG. Does he even have the American keyboard or English keyboard for it? Wait a minute, he does, he does. Alright, so Kwos, after a really good showing there on Country Swing, he was behind right at the start, but he kind of pulled it forward with a Miko's cell all in with that forward racks, and amazingly he pulled through. And he is 1 point on the scoreboard while we move on to divide and conquer. Drink a drink for my circulatory system. I didn't have a drink of water. Take my energy. Spam that shit in chat now. Spam that shit in chat. Kwos, take my energy. It sounds like bias casting. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But Keo has been on a roll recently. He's been so good. But Kwos is just showing that he's not out of the fight just yet, you know? Everyone loves an underdog. Spam it. Spam that shit. Spam that shit. It's covering up Keo's base. It's working. It's covering up Keo's base. We're draining the energy from Keo. More. More. I live in Singapore where you have good water, Nick. Alright, we got 4 minus here from Keo from Kwos. Preemptive service depot. From both players actually. They're wanting to get droned. Yeah, DNC is definitely one of those. I feel like if anyone is starting out playing 1v1s, DNC is a perfect map for it. A good map for me consists of directional objectiveness, and lots of tank control. Space for tank control, sorry. So obviously there is a direction that you need to build here. If you're bottom left, you're gonna build along the top. If you're top right, you're gonna build along the bottom. And you will need to micro your miners as always. And that's lots of room for tank control. And this thing by the cliff here is just gonna make your brain work a lot more. So you can't just switch off and just have one area where you need to micro Dune Patrol. Yeah, Jake. Fucking Dune Patrol is the best 1v1 map. Shut up. Get out of here. Looks like Keo does have a specific build here that he wants to go with. Kills the gems and kills the trees here, I think, for a perfect refs down in this snug little patch. So we're on 3 walls each. 3, 7 miners for Kwos. Look at that micro sending 2 to the bottom. So mentally wise, it's a huge mental boost for Kwos, taking one game after losing 3 in a row, and in a very decisive moment too. He didn't decide on that country swing game. Didn't decide to push, move his MCV to that third gold patch. Instead, just moved it to mid, planted the ref, planted the barracks, and just pushed all the way through. But look at this from Kwos, pushing all the way through here. He's gonna snipe one miner. He might snipe a second. He does snipe a second. He's gonna get the fuck out of dodge. Huge push there from Kwos, and if we can take this cliff advantage, it'll be huge for him. But he's gonna run all the way through. Kyo is gonna run away with his tail between his legs while he tries to do another push here for Kwos. Doesn't work well. So got 4 walls to 4. Kyo now behind, 2 miners down. Unfortunately, those 2 miners were on dry patches, so it's not the worst thing for Kyo, but all in all, he is 2 miners down. And Kwos is looking to split him up. Kyo does have the right numbers along the bottom, but this is now unprotected. Kwos is gonna offer drones while he tries to push with his MCV as well. Good timing in pulling away those miners. But Kyo is gonna go along the top as well. Kwos is gonna hide his MCV on top right. He's gonna go for a base trade. He is gonna go for a base trade here, hiding that MCV top right while he makes damages on bottom left. Drones are being spammed out now for both players. Kwos is now broke, and Kyo is gonna split his army now, but Kyo might be a little bit too late there. The last war factory is gonna go down, but he does have the run numbers though. He's gonna continue attacking those miners. Kwos does have drones ready to go. This could be huge for Kwos here. Tank control. He doesn't have enough Rhino numbers to fight against Kyo, and he is broke, so he needs all the units he can get. But unfortunately, he's left with 1 miner at the end of that engagement. He needs to sell a couple walls to get some rhinos out or some drones to deal with this force coming in, but he's gonna quit out anyway. Oh man. If Kwos defended those miners, he would have won that game. Unlucky. But it was super close though, super close. Next map is gonna be Jungle of Vietnam. Score is 4-1 to Q now. Not calculated. Let's go Jungle of Vietnam. Oh. Perfect. You can see the music later, Chin, down in bottom right. Oh, top right actually. But we're moving on to Jungle of Vietnam. Original Jungle of Vietnam, not the LE version, because LE is for the Yuri nerds out there. Because Jungle is broken. Can you play an instrument one time for the boys? If you want to look, watch me play an instrument, you can go to... Shit, no, I'm not gonna say my Instagram, fuck it. I did just post a couple on there, but no. Not gonna promote that just yet. But it's getting late here. It's almost 10 PM. Can't play. If you were here during the subathon though, you were definitely here, but you weren't, so unfortunate. Right, Jungle of Vietnam caused an amazing show that in that previous match, that choosing to go for the base trade, but unfortunately he had drones ready in his base, but he didn't use them. He was still focused microing down to his bottom left. And unfortunately, it didn't go through. If he protected his drones, those miners with the drones, he would have had the eco to continue producing when Kyo eventually lost all his wall factories. I think when Kwos took out all of Kyo's wall factories, he should have pulled back. He instead continued to go and take that fight. And I think that might have been one of the reasons why he lost all of his rhinos. He couldn't take that fight anyway, he was out-tanked. So pulling back and defending those miners would have been the better choice there for Kwos. But hindsight is 2020, I can see all of the map. Kwos can't, Kyo can't. So whatever I say is not 100% true. Because the game, being endgame and being observer is definitely two different points here. As compared to games like CSGO and Valorant when you can hear and see everything, it's a lot different. Moving on to Jungle of Vietnam. Difference in build here. Kyo is gonna go for that heavy eco 2-4-6-7 minus. Kwos is gonna opt for that double war before going a couple minus. Haven't expanded to that second gold patch yet. Oh! What a big mistake there from Kwos. Moving on to the... He was moving on to all those gems and he targeted as well, so the drone slowed down. So still 7 minus each on that double war. Kyo's gonna opt to put that another that third war. There you go. And there's Kwos's croissant. Nick, shut up. Don't spam my chat with bullshit. Oh, Kyo targeting, good from Kwos. Making more than 3 minus here early is a mistake. It depends on how early you stretch, I think. Because if you're not gonna stretch out early, then probably going 3 minus heavy is a mistake. You're gonna have too many minors on one patch, and they're gonna micro them, and that's gonna take too much time. I think you could probably go for a minor from the War Factory once you get this ref up on that second level. Oh, sentry gun. Let's get a shot off. Nick and Go Hill are on like the same level. So 4 walls for Kyo, 4 for Kwos. And after getting that ref on lower base, he's gonna move his MCV and bring in a couple rounds to scout forward. Drone! Oh, droned. He's gonna have to pull back. He has no service depot too. So Kwos loses his MCV there. I thought he would use his rhinos to scout forward, but he didn't. He loses his MCV and a crucial MCV as well to move to his bottom right. My path. Oh, why didn't he use the rhinos to scout? Scout for any drones. We know Kyo has been so deadly with those double triple drones right in the early game. And now Kwos has no option but to push. If he stays back a lot further, he's gonna run out of gold, and Kyo is gonna continue pushing forward with that MCV and more production too. Luckily they are on even war factories at the moment, but Kwos slowly going broke here. Not looking good for Kwos. The croissant train are doing too good there, and does get droned on the bottom too. And seeing that this gold patch is dry, those mines are gonna move here, and they're gonna vacuum up or suck up all of that gold in no time. But not the worst thing for Kwos at the moment. Kyo did decide to sell that MCV. So production will be equal, but it's down to the eco for Kwos. That's the question for me. Excuse me. It's gonna opt to long distance mine the mid gems. Not a bad idea. But basically production relies on two things: the amount of war factories you have and your eco. If you're constantly hitting broke right now like Kwos is, you're not gonna produce that many rhinos. And seeing as though a lot of his patches are dry, he's not gonna get that much of a good and efficient production for his rhinos. Kyo, on the other hand, is hitting broke too, but earlier on he was quite rich in 3 and 4K, but he is running dry too. So not too bad actually, not too bad. Oh boy. Thanks, Matt7S. Look at Kyo. Long distance mining those gems all the way. Kwos is gonna do the same. Yeah, not the worst thing to happen for Kwos. He decides to sell one war factory. I'm not sure why Kyo chose to sell instead of expand. But maybe he's seen something that I don't. Rhino numbers wise, we got 128 to 109. So Kwos may be ahead, but that may be because of the dog fodder. But we can't tell how many rhinos they have alive just yet. But from bird's eye view, it looks pretty even. Those miners are asking for a split, exactly. But I think neither of them wants to split at the moment. I think what Kwos is doing now is solidifying their position in mid, just so he can protect this miner, so that the miners can get those gems really safely without getting sniped off. That's gonna keep Kyo on his toes as well. Yeah, look at Kyo now, 5k. Kwos is on 767. Those long distance mining gems seems to be working well, pretty well. So production is coming out once again. But so Kyo sells a war as well. So now that those mid gems are over, he needs to micro this one back. Kwos can fall back from this position if he needs to. But this bunker, oh my god, taking out so much fodder for Kwos. This is this is like who's gonna go first now. Oh, looks like Kwos does have a drone there too. He could go and drone, but I don't think he realizes that he still has a drone up there. It's a drone, Kwos, it's a drone. If drone's a miner, it could mean I don't think he'll get back in time, so that's gonna slow down that miner too. So I think whoever will make the first push here, whoever will split first, whoever will engage first, will be the decider. I mean, look at that. They're resulting to staying still. But Kyo does have a huge advantage with that bunker, sorry, that hut. And Kwos still has a drone here, but he doesn't realize it. So many dogs. Almost the same number of dogs to rhinos. Meekaw's level 40 right here. But I think if Kwos pushes in or tries a small push, he can maybe drone the miner at the same time. But I don't think attacking through middle is the right idea for Kwos here. Primarily, one, because of this hut here. The hut is going to do damage to maybe 1 or 2 rhinos, and it's also going to draw fire from the rhinos. So Kyo will probably have the first shots on his rhinos. So he either has to split somewhere else or do something else. He does get one droned. Kwos still doesn't realize he has a drone top left. He's gonna instead... I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. Come on, someone make a move. They do have equal number of warfare attributes. They have 3 each. They were on 4 each. Kyo was on 4 for a while, but then he slowed. Okay, this is good from Kwos. So Kwos is gonna be the initiator here and trying to do a split down towards the bottom. Take out those rhino numbers, and then he's gonna push. Get rid of that hut so the fodder can stay alive. It's great. That's good. That's good. And now Kwos gonna bring the fodder forward here. It's like Kyo combined all of his rhinos together. You know that meme where someone pushed something? Kyo is noob. Oh dear. Kyo can't build a radar because he has no MCV. Spider on cow. Yeah, exactly. You can cut the tension with a knife here. It's so like, I don't know whether they're just scared to push in or they're just being cautious or. Oh yikes! Kwos losing 1 drone, 1 miner, and the second miner is gonna go down too. Doesn't have a service depot. Okay, Kwos sending in his fodder. Kyo does have some miners in the fight as well, but Kwos needs to push into the rhinos up front, so he can be attacking really efficiently. What was that engagement? Yeah, Kwos does have one drone here. And a couple other drones as well, but he lost like 3 miners to drones there. And now he's gonna bring in all of his miners as an all-in. Kyo is gonna do the same. Okay, does a micro hold up here for Kwos? Kyo setting in his miner, but the back of his tanks are not shooting, only the front line is. Kwos' runs are a lot more spread apart, and Kwos is gonna be the first one to go in here. He's gonna go around. Looks like Kwos is gonna win that fight. Kwos wins that fight. He absolutely wins that fight. Kyo with a lack of micro, and Kwos is gonna push through with the heavier number of rhinos. What a great movement from TC. And Kyo goes down. That's the second point for Kwos on the board. 4-2 GG. I don't know why Kyo didn't move his things at all. We've seen players like Woody do that, right? They just sit while the other tanks push forward. They say it's 2k, but I don't think it's actually 2k, if you know what I mean. Alright, Poltergeist. You know, sometimes I've seen players do that when they don't actually oh, it's not pre-capped, right? It's not when they don't move their rhinos when they're being engaged. I've seen Woody do that a couple times. I really don't know the reasoning as to that. When you're engaging, you want your rhinos to be all of them to be shooting, right? And I think what Kwos did there was because Kyo's rhinos were kind of in a straight line from here to here. What Kwos did was he went around, so he clicked here. That means his rhinos went this way. Let's say Kyo's rhinos is this small thing, right? So Kwos clicked here, and Kwos' rhinos went this way and this way around Kyo's rhinos. And I think the middle rhinos weren't attacking as efficiently. And I think that's why Kwos probably won that fight, because he had all of his rhinos were moving forward, so all of them were constantly attacking. And then Kyo's rhinos were very late, and the middle ones were late to shoot. So that might be why. I might be wrong, but that's my hunch. The more you know. Yeah, he might move them to 2 separate groups, yeah. Yeah, this is masterful, man. I don't know whether that was what he intended to do, but it worked out. Definitely worked out. So we'll move on to Poltergeist here. Kwos getting a miner drone. Kyo doesn't get a miner drone. 70 power for Kwos, he dumps it first. 2 drones, he's gonna lose that one. Oh man. Kyo with his drones, man, it's so deadly. And that drone is gonna come back if Kwos is not careful. I mean, that miner does not have that much health. Kwos, you need to take care of that drone, buddy. Before it gets into your low health miner. It's like Kyo gets a miner drone too, he'll be able to save that one. Speaking of food, I haven't had dinner yet. It's 10, quarter past 10. So Kwos losing out that miner isn't the worst thing in the world, but it is going to slow him down quite a bit. Kyo opting to move his MCV instead of stretching. Kwos goes for another double drone. So Poltergeist is another map where resources are kind of scarce. This is why I think it doesn't work in 2v2s. You need a lot more money in 2v2s for 2v2s, and Poltergeist, if the little eco that he has is not a good one. Nice from Kwos. But in comes Kyo with full force. Pushing forward. Kwos is gonna push down the bottom as well. Kyo Kwos is gonna ult for drones. Is it gonna be a bait trade once again? Kyo does have the rhino numbers. What is Kwos gonna use to defend here? It's gonna go with drones, but it's gonna let both of them die. So both expansions do go down. Kwos is gonna split a couple to track back while he maintains the pressure onto Kyo. One drone in elite as well, but it does get drawn, I think. But Kwos is gonna quit out immediately. I don't know why. I don't know why he quit out. He could have won that. It wasn't that bad, but for subs, you can watch them. They do nothing for 30 seconds. Actually, ad breaks are more of a break for me too. I just sit there for like 30 seconds doing nothing. But considering I have 103 subs now, so 90% of the people that watch my streams are sub now. So I don't know if I still get the ad money for it. Either way, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Oh, we are on Dawn of Peril here. My picks have been pretty okay. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. But Dawn of Peril, I think both players do know this map, but this might be a map in favor for Kwos. Why? I don't know. Nick, if you're bored, go and do something. Don't watch my stream. It's offensive saying you're bored when you're clearly doing something watching my stream. Means I'm boring. Means the game is boring. Nah, I think Cloud was a big hitter. He was the one that subbed 40 gift subs, I think. Larry gave 5 or 7. I don't remember. All right, bye, Nick. Interesting. 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 Kyo very aggressive with his MCV moves. It didn't really... Is he lazy to stretch or something? And I don't like how he's not grabbing his gems either. God damn, Kyo. Kyo making some early game mistakes here. That MCV deploy was delayed by that dog, and he wasn't mining gems for a good number, for a good amount of time there. Kwos obviously has his build on lockdown. He's played this map before. He is in the Discord, so he knows the map pretty well. But Kyo should know this map too. I'm not sure how many times he played this map in QM. But that first thing first, that ref positioning was a little bit sus. Because he had this rep so forward, he's gonna have to manually micro the miners to go back on gems. Compared to Kwos, who had his ref right here. So the miners will automatically go to gems. His whole factory is blocked by 1 powerful gold. Oh, here. Yeah. You can still build here, not the worst thing in the world. But he's gonna have to maneuver around that, yeah. The Kyo's build though, super aggressive. He's gonna be able to build down. No drones in from anyone yet. It looks like Kwos is ahead here on Rhino counts. There's a minus. Oh, Kwos killing those gems, and Kyo drones him to pay back for it. So 2, 4, 6, 8 minus for Kyo. Kwos is on 4, 7. So he's a miner down in Kwos. He's still hitting those gems. This map is so rich. I don't know how much that'll affect. Actually, but I like this aggression from Kwos. I really like this aggression from Kwos. If he continues with this aggression, he could probably snipe 1 or 2 rhinos along the way, but he needs a war factory down on main base for sure. Because Kwos' rhinos are going to be coming in hot. Worse. Right, Buff? Look at Kwos maneuvering around here, sniping, hitting those miners a couple times. Look at this guy. Finally gets a rev down on main base. He needs a war factory up there ASAP. But Kwos is definitely the more active player at the moment. Hitting gems, hitting the rhinos, and the drone coming in as well. The drone is still in here. Kyo is still not macroing it. It goes down to the fodder. Kyo is so far ahead now. In terms of production or geographical production, I guess. Right, this is good from Kyo. This is really good from Kyo. Kwos is gonna have to find a way to break through that because Kyo's gonna keep spamming those sentry guns. And again, this map we've seen time and time again, the fight often happens down in middle. Sentry guns are gonna be popping off those fodder bit by bit. When it comes down to it, it will be pretty close. Kwos is gonna go all in. Dasso's out for Kyo. Kwos is gonna fall all the way through here. Is it gonna overcommit? He doesn't overcommit. That's a smart play there. And those tanks at the front there are just slightly desolated. Geographical production, yeah. Oh man, look at these guys. They are mining the exact same ore patch here, but the gems are in favor of Kwos. 1, 2, 3, 4 war factories. 1, 2, 3, 4 war factories. Oh, Kwos is on 5, sorry. Kyo moving his MCV down that river. But I like this. I like this from both players. Building towards your enemy, building towards your opponent, forcing them to engage. Sniping off miners here and there. Really, really, really good. 2, 3, 4. Still 4 to 5 war factories here. Slightly desolated. What are some of the shit I say? Geographical location, geographical production. Slightly desolated. What else do I say? I really don't know what kind of mannerisms I do. Or the shit I say. Enough. I just shout and roll live every time as well. Look at Kwos sniping a miner as well. It's good from Kwos. Kyo seems to be on the back foot here, but is he being just slightly patient here? Is he gonna let Kwos sort of tire himself out with this pushes? Seems like they're going with like a really similar build. It's like these two were made for each other, man. It's like playing against yourself. Imagine having a bot and playing against yourself and then losing, losing like 4 games in a row to it. But they're really, really even. Yeah, Kirop here will be deadly, but both are still on tech. Both players have moved it. Oh, he moves all the way back down here. Okay. I think there will come a time where Kwos will have to pull all of his miners back to this bottom patch. You shouldn't risk it, just get the rest of the gems and then move out all your miners there. Probably plays like a fuck ton of sentry guns by the miners as well. Is he gonna turn around, Kwos? Turn around! Ooh, nice. Interesting that Kyo moved here for gold instead of here for gems. Very interesting. Another drone coming in there for Kyo. It does go in. Look at this mess of a game we have here. Kyo's still on 4 war factories for so long. But Kwos is gonna pull ahead in production here. Dasso's on the front line. Look at him solidifying his position there, Kwos. But the pathing for the Rhinos not doing him a favor at all there. And it looks like he does manage to repair the miner at the same time too. Miner stuck! Miner stuck! Miner gonna have his fodder! Kwos gonna push all the way! Elite cam got Dassos get deployed from Kyo. That's a huge Dasso deploy. Is it enough? Is Kwos's tanks damage enough for Kyo to push all the way in? It looks like it is. Rhinos are going down for Kwos. And not really coming up for both players, but Kwos with the defense advantage. Pulling forward, the elite is still alive for Kwos. And in the turn of events, Kwos pulls ahead. He's gonna keep pushing here. Sentry guns being spammed out by Kyo. Is it gonna be enough? The answer is no. Dazzle's coming out at the same time too. Kyo's still not out of the fight just yet. He's still pushing and still defending for his life. Kwos gonna go for those miners. Kyo finally swapping back to rhinos from the war factory, but these miners are free for the heading. Take my energy, Kwos. That elite is gonna do so much damage for Kwos. Kyo's gonna use a miner as fodder to try and put the croissant down. But it's gonna keep pushing forward here. Elite goes down. Kwos shouldn't overcommit here. He needs to keep up with that micro and targeting. And down he goes. Kyo goes down. The croissant train pushes forward. 3, 2, 5. And here we are on Yin Yang. Oh boy, that last game, and oh my god, I need a breather. I also just forgot that we were supposed to give players and casters breaks, but this is so hype. I'm not gonna kill the momentum. They're gonna push forward. I'm gonna push forward. Players are priority. Let's go, Yin Yang. Oh, let me take a swig of water. Ed, I know, right? Ed, I know, right? I literally opened up Yin Yang, and when the game started, I was like, so this is definitely a Latov map, and I'm like, Latov's not playing here. What the fuck am I? Why am I mentioning him? It's like whenever I maps like landmarks and Yin Yang and path more travel comes up, all I think of is Latov. Latov is full in my head now. I don't know why. Get that man out of my head. He's married. Exactly. Alright, so Yin Yang. Interesting from Kyo. He goes with a rhino following up that miner, but unfortunately none of the miners get droned. He himself gets droned, in fact. Interesting. So it doesn't work. That early drone and rhino combo not working out for Kyo. Drops are coming in now. Oh, I got the latter fever. The guy is just. I just done way too many show matches with him. So paradrop for Kyo goes top or left. Paradrop for Kwos goes bottom right. There's no sentry guns here. He's gonna send that miner to deal with it, but that is gonna get crushed. Oh my god, Kyo, did you see that micro? The power plant, the Tesla reactor goes down anyway, but look at that micro from Kyo, man. He selected that sentry gun to target a drone while it was moving. Impressive. And yeah, paradrops in trees are so annoying to deal with. Speaking of, I still remember we have that third place match between Legend and Kentaya. Fuck. Alright, never mind. Talk about that later. Miner count there, we got 7 miners for Kwos. Kyo has 6, so he's down 1. And 2 wars for Kyo. Kwos has 3. And another paradrop going down towards the bottom here. Kyo definitely ahead. Sorry, Kwos definitely ahead. I think Kyo kind of threw away that drone rhino right at the start. No, you can't waypoint defenses. Look at this aggression from Kwos here. I really like it. I like it. And this is what we know Kwos for, right? This is more of the Kwos that we know and love. He loves being aggressive. He loves going multi-war right after spamming a bunch of miners. And he generally doesn't give his opponent time to breathe. And this is exactly what he's doing here. He's keeping Kyo in his base, not allowing him to push forward, and pulling away his rhinos so that he could split up and snipe a couple miners like he is doing right now. Three rhinos going towards the bottom right here. Can he snipe that miner? He's not targeted, however. He's too busy dealing with Kyo, who decided to go all in into his base. It looks like the miner does go down anyway. And Kyo bursting through towards top left. He is attacking Kwos. The miner is definitely going to go down there. So a miner trade each for both players. Kwos is now on the forward aggression, trying to pull Kyo all the way back. He is outside though, he has to be careful. Kyo going for another split down towards the bottom left. And the fodder there will help Kwos, I think, but not enough. Kyo is gonna split towards bottom left as well. Paradox goes down, the top split goes down as well for Kwos. He is gonna be dealing with lots of rhinos. He pulls away his miners and he wins that bottom split. But there's a lot more rhinos along the top here that two vets as well could get elite status if it's not careful. And there you go, there's the elite status that Kyo was looking for. And he'll be able to clean up everything else down towards top left. There's a paradrop in those trees as well. Drones are starting to trail in here, while Kyo makes another push down towards bottom left. A good start here by Kyo. Mid game. Boss just getting outplayed there. And the drone's not doing that much damage there. Now the drones come in. Unfortunately, most of them are not microed away. Elite Rhinos will one-shot any sort of drones coming in. On the back of that, Kyo on 3 walls, 4 walls, and sells his MCV. I think Kwos still has his MCV, so he can still produce, but his eco is not going to survive for that much longer, considering how scarcely he is here. 2 elites, one of them is droned. And the drone goes down to that second one. Kwos calls GG. And that's 6-3 now towards Kyo. Amazing player from Kyo. Kwos was really aggressive there, but Kyo just replied with the same energy. Alright, so Kyo pulling one back there. I think Kwos did have a really good start because Kyo messed up with that drone rhino opening. But I think Kyo just sort of pulled it back really nicely. Pushed forward really aggressively. And just sort of pushed Kwos into a corner there. Terrible map. You just don't like this map because you lose at it. That's how I decided good maps. There's gonna be 50 tanks versus 50 tanks. Hasn't that been all of the games so far? Honestly speaking. Nick going to the supermarket, Muri putting on a kettle. I'm gonna go make some food and we'll come back when the engagement is finally happening. How dare all of you. No faith in these. No faith in your Western teammate. It's gonna get a little bit laggy. Still playable. Oh, Kwos learning from his mistakes there. Yeah. I should just say non-China instead of Western. Does Kyo have a sentry gun anyway? Does not. Yeah, Kwos definitely learning from his mistake there. He puts a sentry gun nearby, hidden from his war factory. Is Kwos underperforming? Hell no. Hell no, dude. We were 1 hour in and we were only like four games in. Kwos has been performing really well. There's a couple of instances where Kwos maybe has made 1 or 2 slip-ups, didn't make the right decisions there. City Under Siege, for example. But so far he's been putting up a really good fight. And example is this. So Kwos maybe just needed a couple games to get into the rhythm of things. It's not that power drop, that's gonna be useful for him. Hope they're playing like pros, yeah. They're in the World Championships for a reason. So that power drop being taken out is gonna be pretty huge for Kwos. That's something else not to worry about. And Kyo goes for a radar, interesting. Is he gonna go for a dread here, I wonder? Well, Kwos gets drone but saves it, but now comes a split. So Kyo opting for tech. Kwos is already on 2 walls now. Kwos wanting to get that lab out of the way, but Kyo is right there. The paradrop will help. And that barn is not garrisoned. That barn is not garrisoned. Kyo needs to kill that barn immediately. Kyo needs to kill that barn immediately. Kyo needs to kill that barn immediately. Good distraction there with that paradrop. Kwos should garrison that barn. This is gonna be huge for him. And that top split does work. Looks like Kyo going for tech here. Not the best idea, but he does have the IC ready now, and that barn is finally garrisoned. Kyo pulling a couple rhinos along the top here. Kwos again, similar to Yin Yang, keeping Kyo in his own base. But the IC is now up and going. Kyo gets that radar up. I think he wants to go for tech as well. Where is Kyo gonna push forward here with this MCV? He does not have the rhino numbers for it. That's gonna be a huge delay for him. He's gonna keep his MCV there. And a paradrop there. That's a good call from Kwos. And Kwos is gonna be able to take care of that oil as well. Looks like he is gonna deploy, but not too far away. Kwos goes for tech as well. IC on the way. IC is ready in 5 in-game seconds here. Yeah, so coming out. That's huge. Oh, the pathing! The pathing! The pathing! Okay, this is good from Kwos. Kyo, sorry. He out-tanked Kwos in the middle, and the IC is gonna help him in top if he needs to. But Kwos might just die for that oil. But he is getting pushed down back in his main base. Is Kwos gonna go for a bitcher once again here? He's ignoring the rhinos in base. He should be making some drones now. But the IC is surely gonna go down here for either player. IC gets popped. And Kwos' IC goes down. Back in Kyo's base though. Miners gonna get sniped here, but Kwos is having a... Sorry, Kyo is having a field day here in Kwos' base. And all of a sudden, Kwos' rhinos disappear. What the fuck was that? That was a huge mistake from Kwos. Absolutely huge. Sorry, why did I give a point to Kwos? Here we are on match point on Snow Valley, 7-3 now. This is Kwos' last and only final chance to get a win and stop Kyo from progressing into the semifinals. Obviously, there's still gonna be the Marco and Legend match. So if Kwos loses this, he loses any chance of at any prize at all. Oh. That's what Moan Sea Shopper. Belle, you played a game? Excuse me? I thought Belle was just a mere viewer. Oh, progress into Euro semifinals, daddy. Brian, out of fucking nowhere, comes into that shit. What's up, bro? We've been playing Blitz and going to get cups, so I'm in D3. You're in D3? I'm in D4. Actually, I'm a D3 player, but I got demoted to D4 because I lost pretty hard to Ravage, who was sandbagging in D3. Should be D2. Exactly, Ed. Yeah. That's because of the forfeits that we had. Not DQs, the forfeits that we had. Unfortunate. We should play some games? Hell yeah, Valve. I'll stomp you. Speaking of stomping, I just got an offer to do a CnCNet World Champs, but for not intermediates, but not for the top 8, but somewhere between, oh my god, Kwos. Instead of the top 8, maybe about spot 11 to 25, something like that. So not just the top 8 players getting all the love, just spread the love to the sort of the B tier pro players. It's weird saying that, but yeah, you get what I mean. So look out for that announcement pretty soon. Probably gonna happen sometime in September. I don't know. No, yeah. It feels weird saying B tier, but it's like not the top of the top, you know. You get what I mean? What about a cardboard league? Cardboard leagues already happened, and Brian, you're invited. You're the most cardboard player ever. Alright, Snow Valley, here we go. 3, 5, 6 minus for Kwos. Good drone in from Kwos as well. Kyo, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus. Interesting MCV move as well. It goes with that refiner on the back. But it looks like he's gonna move towards top right. Kwos opted for those gems early on. And these drones from Kyo has been so deadly. So deadly. Fake news. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Monkey. Very close to losing out there. And Kyo just losing that drone as well. So Kwos gonna make that first move onto top right, trying to snipe that MCV out of the way. Might be able to actually. That drone's gonna slow them down quite a bit. Is he gonna die for the MCV? Is it a good move? He loses quite a lot of rhinos. Kyo can make another push, but it looks like he survives with 4 rhinos. 3, make that 3. And MCV out of the way for Kyo means its eco will be stagnated onto the top left area of the map. Kwos on the other hand does have that bottom left expansion. He has 3 war factories. Kyo stuck on 2. And Kyo is gonna try and make a move while he can here. I don't think this is the right idea for Kyo. He does snipe a miner out of the way, but he's gonna lose quite a few rhinos here. The miners will act as fodder. Kyo. But Kwos does have the micros to go over. He's out tanking Kyo now. He can push all the way through. Reinforcements coming in for both players. But the over commitment is an issue, definitely. Kwos is gonna sell that MCV for that last eco boost. Can he make a final push here? A very aggressive play from Kwos. Kyo moving that MCV down to the top right position and late to reply. Kwos had a drone as well. And I believe Kyo did stop his tanks to get rid of that drone before Kwos could, before he could go and save that MCV from Kwos. I think at this stage, wouldn't the sentry gun up that around here would help as well. Seeing as though Kyo is sending so many drones, one goes down. Yeah, seeing as though Kyo has been sending in countless drones onto the left side, maybe 1 or 2 sentry guns there with that height advantage will probably cover the entire area, the entire valley. But I think Kwos, is he gonna stay aggressive? Is he gonna lay back and sort of let Kyo starve himself to death here with the little eco that he will have remaining? We will see. But definitely production is towards Kwos' hands here. Interesting. He was spamming on that fodder. Oh, and he doesn't have a service depot as well, so any drone miners will be deadly. Oh. Yikes. What was the game that this kind of repeats itself in? I don't remember. I don't remember that there was one game on one certain map where they lost their MCVs. And they'll be forced here. Okay, so Kwos doesn't have a service depot as well, so any drone miners will be deadly for him too. And looks like Kwos is gonna make the first engagement here, sniping another miner, getting rid of that right hand side sentry gun too, but he goes on the gold. It's gonna slow him down, but he will be able to escape. Maybe Kwos is sending a couple reinforcements down there, and he's gonna reinforce that right split. Meanwhile, Kwos can make us push down towards mid as well. Lots of corners in the way. That's gonna use as it's gonna be helpful as fodder for Kyo, but it's not looking good for him. Kwos does have a good number of rhinos up against Kyo, so it's down to tank control and tons of... I just took a look at bottom left and I don't like it. Kwos forces out that one wall factory and no miners left on that area. But if we're looking at the units alive here, there's 29 to 27, and a lot of those 27 from Kyo are those Connies. There's lots of Connies everywhere, mainly to prevent drones. But Kwos definitely having the right idea here, using that height advantage, cliff advantage to his benefit. That's what I'm looking for, benefit. So we're down to 2 walls each. Kyo has 7k in the bank. Kwos is constantly going broke. So having that 7k in the bank and even on production means that Kyo will slowly start pulling back that production. Looks like the drones down onto bottom left did work for Kyo. That did hinder a lot of Kwos' eco. Kwos should be sending like 1 or 2 miners down to his bottom right. He has that ref up here, it's not that far of a distance. But Kyo now making a move towards the middle. And yeah, Kwos does outtank Kyo. But Kyo is being very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Okay, Kwos sends 2 miners down onto top left. And he's gonna split down towards mid. I mean, that's Kwos. I don't understand that selling MCV move out of Kwos. When he clearly had the advantage with production and everything else. Maybe he didn't want his eco to die too quickly, but he had 1 gold patch here. He has another one down here. He could have maybe made 1 ref, another ref down here before he sold. That's gonna save him from what he's facing with right now, which is his broke. And now the lead that he once had, is not that far anymore. I think maybe Kyo is even out-tanking him. Or they're pretty even on rhino count at the moment. This is very tense. Sells that MC, it sells that ref, but Kyo is gonna go all the way in. Kwos! His tanks weren't engaging there. And it's a tight one, but I think Kyo comes out with it alive. Kwos, at the end of it, he throws the entire game, but he was in the lead for so far ahead. And Kyo takes it 8-3. The fodder and the drone miners from Kyo doing all of the work there. Fucking G's, round of applause to these games. Such good games there. Such good games. And we're on 2 hours in.